A new chance in Chicago. On a cold November afternoon, the bustling streets of Chicago were filled with hurried people. Donald Trump, wearing his dark coat and sharp red tie, was walking along Michigan Avenue after a meeting. Though he could have easily taken a car back to the hotel, he preferred to soak in the energy of the city. Near Millennium Park, something unusual caught his attention. Leaning against a building, a woman with worn-out clothes was holding a cardboard sign. The plea was clear. "Please, I need help." Trump slowed his pace. Ignoring the curious glances from passers-by, he approached her, stopped in front of her, and bent down to speak with her. "What's your name?" The woman, surprised, hesitated before answering. "My name is Teresa," she said, almost in a whisper. He looked at her intently. "Did you serve in the military?" "Yes, sir. 12 years of service, but an injury ended my career. Since then, things have been falling apart," she explained, her voice heavy with fatigue. Her words struck a chord with Trump. A veteran, someone who had dedicated years to the country, now facing the cold streets. "And why are you here? Don't you have anywhere to go?" he asked. "I lost my home months ago. I can't pay rent, and getting back on my feet has been almost impossible," she said, lowering her head. Determined to do something, Trump pulled out his phone. "Stay here. I'll take care of it," he said firmly. He called his assistant, Margaret, and gave clear instructions. "Margaret, find a nearby hotel and arrange an urgent medical checkup. I want everything taken care of as soon as possible." Hanging up, he returned to Teresa. "Help is on the way, but first let's get you something to eat." He bought her a hot soup and a sandwich from a nearby vendor. As she ate, he continued asking questions, listening carefully about her life, her military service, the challenges of returning to civilian life, and how she ended up in this situation. Shortly after, a black car pulled up to the curb. The driver got out and opened the door. "Teresa," Trump said, helping her to stand. "This car is for you. We're taking you to a safe place." Teresa looked at him, unsure. "Why are you doing this for me?" she asked softly. "Because someone should have done this a long time ago," Trump replied seriously. At the hotel, the staff welcomed her warmly. Teresa was taken to a comfortable suite where she found clean clothes, a hot shower, and a soft bed. Soon after, a doctor arrived to ensure her health was on track. Meanwhile, Margaret contacted an organization specializing in helping veterans in vulnerable situations. Hours later, a representative named Lisa arrived at the hotel. "Teresa," Lisa said, sitting beside her. "We're here to help you start over. We'll arrange housing, job training, and all the support you need. You're not alone anymore." Teresa became emotional, tears running down her face. She looked at Trump, who remained silently in the corner of the room, and whispered, "I don't know how to thank you." Trump approached with a gentle smile. "You don't need to thank me. You deserve this, and much more." The next morning, Teresa had a new life plan. The organization had found temporary housing for her, and through his foundation, Trump covered her first year's rent and gave her a check for immediate expenses. Before leaving, Teresa stopped him once more. "Sir, you've changed my life. Thank you so much," she said with a firm voice. Trump smiled in return. "Teresa, the only thing I ask is that you give your best from now on. You have a bright future ahead of you."
As he walked back through the busy streets of Chicago, Trump felt a genuine sense of satisfaction. He knew he hadn't changed the world, but he had changed someone's world, and sometimes that was enough.